Not gonna lie, this is really stressful because I have no idea what the camera's on my face. Wait, is it on? Hey everyone! So it's been, I think like over 3 months since I posted a video on this channel, but I decided that I'm going to be a lot more active on it because I really don't want to be limited to what I can post. I'm going to be doing a lot more than just dance videos on here and like gymnastics and tutorials. I'm going to be doing basically whatever I want, so I'm excited about that. So on my other channel I talk about books, hate any books, so if you want to go watch book reviews, book talks, book hauls, book related stuff, then go into that. This just feels a lot less stressful to me because with books, like, it's time consuming because you have to read the book and then you have to like take notes and yeah, anyway. So right now I'm going to be telling a story that actually happened very recently. Yeah, it was actually one of the most terrifying things I've ever been through in my life. It was really scary. If you follow me on social media, I'll have that link below, and you'll know that I recently just went camping for a week, and it was a family camp. It was super fun, except for those few nights. So this camp is like 4 hours away, very, very deep into the woods, and the campgrounds is weird because there are just like a lot of random cliffs and steep hills that you can literally just fall off by like losing your footing. And walking back to the cabin, it's a really thin path. It's literally like this wide. And at night, it's really terrifying because you have to have your flashlight. There's rocks, there's like a bunch of stuff that you can just trip on and like fall down this hill. Nobody would even know. And you know, and it was just me and my mom there. And like, it was really terrifying to have to walk back because it's so dark. I just have one light. Like, there's literally no like street lights or anything. It's pitch black. So I just have that one flashlight and I'm walking back, and I usually would listen to music to kind of block out any creepy noises. And keep in mind that it's actually pretty hard to scare me. So I do not get scared easily, and I was feeling pretty terrified. Not just because of the dark, okay? Not just because of that. But there's this thing called teen time where all the teenagers would get together like from 10 o'clock to midnight. Usually it went past midnight because we just had so much fun, you know, teen life. Anyway, on the second night, I believe it was, we went on a night hike, which I was like, this just sounds like a bad idea. No, it wasn't the second night, it was like the third night. And I didn't really have any friends because it was my first time there and I'm really awkward. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get through this, but it was really nice because I actually ended up making a friend on this teen hike, night hike. So I was like, this night hike is gonna be a really bad idea because, like I said, there are cliffs everywhere. We're gonna fall off one and die. Okay, so I was like, I'm totally not gonna go on this night hike. So I looked at the schedule, made sure that it was the right day that I would be skipping, and I was like, I'm not going teen time today, Mom. She was kind of upset, but I was like, I just really don't want to do this hike. I'll do everything else. Turns out I skipped the wrong day. I skipped the game night. The next night was the night hike, so I had to go on this night hike. So I went on the night hike. Oh, I forgot to mention that is all black people. So black people in the woods. You know how I said it would be hecka dangerous? At the beginning of the night hike, our counselors, which our counselors are not even like really counselors, they're literally a part of the teen group. So they're like 18. So they are a part of the teen time, and we were being led by other teens. It was ridiculous. It was a lot of fun, but ridiculous. And they literally told us, everybody turn off your flashlights. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, yeah, everybody turn off your flashlights. We're just gonna have our eyes adjust to the dark. I'm like, we're gonna die. It actually ended up going pretty well for the first part. He's like, okay, they set some number one like ground rules. Like, they're like, don't be running, don't be fooling around, but number one, most important, don't be annoying, okay? Whatever that means. And so they're like, it's also really important that you guys don't be too loud because I'm gonna be telling a story, and if I feel like y'all are not paying attention, then you're gonna miss out on a really awesome story, which is a true story and something that really freaked me out. So he started telling us a story about how he experienced paranormal activity essentially in his house, and I was like, and a bunch of times he tried to scare us and it didn't really work out. I remember one point we were at the hike, there were just these random times when people would just like start running, like, and it freaked everybody out. We were just running in this big horde, and it was so scary because it's pitch black and there's like one light. It's pitch black, and everybody is just running, and I'm like tripping over branches, getting stabbed in the foot. It hurt so bad, but like I was not about to be left behind. Okay, I'm not about to get lost in these woods again because of these people. This instructor, teen, whatever, stops us, and he is like so mad. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is for real now. Like, we actually need to calm down. And he's like, you guys can't run off like that. You can't be loud. It's really dangerous. You have to listen, because in all seriousness, a mile away, our campsite is right next to a witch campsite where there are people that actually practice witchcraft. And I was like, is he for real? I'm like, no. But then I was like, yeah, I do remember driving past a sign that said that there was this witch site like right next to us. And I was like, well, it's probably just, named after like a pond in the area. So, but no, he starts telling us about how there are hikers that try and go on night hikes, and then they hear like chanting and animal noises, like they're making some kind of sacrifice. And I was like, not today. I am not about to walk out into the woods and never come back because these people were trying to take us to a pond and we got lost and ran into witches. No. So anyway, after getting lost like 3 times, we finally make it to this watering hole. It's water, and there's this huge section of rocks that we just sit on. The rocks are like this big, they're like smooth, giant pebbles. And it was so irritating because people just kept moving the rocks around, and I couldn't hear anything that we were trying to say because we were trying to share our camp memories. Finally, everybody settles down, and it was so freaky because I was sitting at the place where there's this huge open space behind me, and everybody's lights were off. We just had the starlight and the moonlight to look everywhere. I could not see like 3 feet in front of me, even though I had my glasses on, and I don't have super bad vision, but it was just, I could just see the silhouettes of people. And it was really freaky because I felt like something was watching me from behind, and I was like, we are being hunted down by witches, and I'm going to get grabbed and straight up dragged into the bushes, and I am going to be sacrificed like those like giraffes and chickens that, they do sacrifices on. And I was like, okay, don't freak out, you're fine. So I just tried not to think about it, and we had a pretty good time, and that was it. I don't know. But then I heard this weird sound. It was like rustling in the trees, but I knew it wasn't wind because we were surrounded by trees in an open area with a circle of trees, but then there were trees beyond those trees. And it sounded like this wind was blowing in like one section of the trees 500 feet past us. And I was like, oh my gosh, what was that? I thought, I had no idea, like it sounded like wind, but I was like, there's no way that this could just be wind, because when wind blows, it blows all around you and everywhere. But this was just in one place, and I'm like, that's not possible. It's not wind. So I told myself not to freak out. I'm like, it's literally no big deal. And just as I'm starting to calm down, this guy next to me, he's like, did you hear that? And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, did you hear that? And then everybody starts getting all riled up, and they're like, oh my gosh, what was that? And everybody's like, shh, this could be an actual safety hazard. So we're all quiet, and we keep hearing this noise. And we're like, okay, we gotta go. Yeah, okay, we're going. We're not about to get killed out here by these witches, because like a couple days later, my friends got stopped in their car by some witches, so I know that they're out there. So we decided to leave, and surprisingly, we did not get lost on the way back, even though we had to walk over this log over water at night with no lights. I'm just, what are they trying to do? Because they're like, okay guys, you have to be really careful because it's a really long drop down, and I'm like, no duh. Anyway, yeah, it was a rush to get back. We saw scorpions. It was a mess, and this whole time I was like, I really don't want to get killed by witches. So yeah, my friend was jumping over cement logs and falling, and it was an interesting trip, to say the least. If you like this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and comment your thoughts. Comment any scary things that have happened to you, and subscribe for more. That's really all I can say. This story was. This is yeah. I'm probably thinking, wow, this is so dramatic. No, I honestly felt like I was being hunted by something. So to me, it's not that fake. So yeah, just putting that out there for you haters. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful life.